You how to create a numbers spreadsheet. It's the same as Excel and Google Spreadsheets. So what you want to do is you want to open up a blank workbook. And as you notice, I have my table here. In numbers, you can see these circles right here. If I click and hold and drag, I can make the columns. I can make more columns. And if I want more rows, I can drag, or if I want less, I can make less. I'm going to go up and I'm going to make this 12 rows, and I will make this, let's make it 4 columns for right now. Now, the first thing you want to do is you want to make a title for your spreadsheet. And if you notice, as I drag my mouse, these gray boxes right here, it's almost like the rest of the cells kind of hide up inside. It's called a header. Row. So the first thing I want to do is I want to type what the title is, and the title of this, let's call it Science Project Student Checklist. Now, if you notice, my title's here in the left corner. It's not very big, and so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to edit this title. And I want this title to spread across these 3 rows right here, these 3 columns. And so what I'll do is I will just highlight those 3 columns, and I will right click and click merge cells. And if you notice, that merged those 3 cells, and now my title spans across the entire row. Now if you go over here, I have some options here. I have table options, I have cell options, and I also have text options and arrange options. Now since I'm highlighted in this cell, I can click text, and I can change some of the text features. Right here, I want this to be in the middle, so I'll click that, and now it's in the middle of my 3 columns. And maybe I'll change the font to, let's do basic times New Roman, and I can change the size here and make it bigger. Now if you notice, as I make it bigger, it kind of jumped down a little bit, and if I want, I can grab a column right here and make it bigger. Okay. I really don't like the color, so I will just highlight, just click on the box and click cell, and the fill is what it's filled with, what color it's filled with. I'll click here and I will click a color. Okay. The last thing I might want to do is, as I have that cell highlighted, I might want to create maybe a little thicker border. And as you see, it can get as thick as you want. And let's put that at a 3. Okay. So there's the first part of our student checklist. The next thing that we want to do is we want to name these columns so we know what we're looking at. So if I was going to make a checklist, I'd probably put over here the tasks to complete. I'd make a column that said, did I complete this? And then this one we're going to put yes or no. And then we want to probably assign different students in our group to finish a specific task. So I'll just put student name. Okay. And the tasks, I think I'm going to probably take a little bit of space, and so I'm just going to stretch that and make it bigger. The complete will be a yes or no, and student name won't take a lot of space. Now I have this extra column here. Now if you notice, let's see if I can get rid of it or not. There you go. Now I got rid of it. So now I have a basic checklist. So the next thing I want to do is I made these thick lines over the cell, and so what I want to do is make that with all the lines. So I'm going to highlight this whole area. I'm going to go over here to cell and click all of the lines. If you notice, it highlights them all, and so that tells me which ones are going to be affected when I apply the border. Over here I have a straight line border, which could be changed, but I want a straight line. My color I want black. If I wanted to change it, I could. And then I'll click this arrow and I'm going to make it 3. And so it matches the rest. And so now there's that so far. Now it's a little bit small, and so I'm going to do that again. I'm going to click anywhere on the table, and you notice it shows me my columns and my rows. I'm going to click the corner here, which gives me these white square boxes, which are size boxes that allows me to stretch this. Okay. So next, what I want to do is I want to create a drop down for student names. Now if I wanted to, I could just type in the student names as we went. But what I want to do is something a little different. So the first thing that you want to do is, we'll just do this over here. I'm going to type the names of everyone in our group. So let's type Taylor, Krista, Lacey, Jason, Archer, Dr. Cox. Now this is kind of a tricky step. This is how you can create a drop down from a different values in the cell. So I have all these names. What I want to do is I want to start with Taylor. I want to highlight all of those. Now if you notice, I highlighted those right there. And I will click on cell, and I'll come down and click pop-up menu. Now if you notice, now that I click pop-up menu, all those names are now in this pop-up menu box. Okay, this is one way to do it. There's another way to do it. Now if you notice, every time on all of these cells, when I click on it, there's a little arrow by it. And if I click that arrow, it has a list of all the names, and I can pick different names on the list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that student name and paste it over here. Remember, copy is Control or Command C on a Mac, and then Command V is paste. And now I can get rid of all these names and delete them. So right here, if you notice, I clicked on this cell, and if I drag my mouse, I have this yellow circle. Now if I click and hold and drag it down, I have my student names. So now what you can do is you can assign different tasks to different students. And now I don't have to type. I typed the names once, and now I don't have to do it. Now, on a science project, I'm guessing that there will be individual tasks, and there'll probably be some group tasks. And so maybe down here, I want a group setting. And so what I can do is I can highlight the cell right here, and I can see the names over here on the right. I will click the plus sign and type in group. Now in here, the group is available. If I want to add that to all of them, I can do that by dragging, and let's just say I'll have a group one there, and maybe the last one will be group. Okay, so there's my student names, and then you can change those at any time. Over here on the left, you'll want to complete and write tasks. One might be the creation of the tasks. And so part of doing this is maybe just creating the list. And that might be a group item. So I will maybe assign that to the group. In these other cells, you can write the rest of the stuff. So one of them might be research and summarize science article number 1 on the group Google Doc. Okay, you can create tasks over here on the left side. Okay, now the last thing that you want to do is in this box right here. Now you could just have this say be like a yes, no type thing, and you could just type it in. What you probably want to do is something like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to create another drop down. Now I'm in the cell, and I'm going to go over here and you can see I have a bunch of different things that I can do. I'm going to click pop-up menu again, and you notice I have 3 items in here. I want to get rid of 2 of them. And the first one I'm going to put no. Second one I'll put yes. Okay, so right now I can click no or yes, that it's completed. So if we create all the tasks, we can come in here and click yes. And if I want, I can grab that yellow circle, drag it down, and now I have the drop downs. Now I am a visual person, I like color. And so what if we made these cells change color depending on what was displayed? So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this yes again, this one cell. I'm going to go over here to the right, and I'm going to click on conditional highlighting. That's in the cell tab. And I'm going to add a rule. Okay. Now right now there's not numbers in there, there's text. And so I'm going to click on the text, and it says, basically it's saying if inside the text is not, starts with, I'm going to put is. If it's a yes, I'm going to hit this drop down. I want the color to be, let's do it green. If you notice it changed over here. And now the question is, what happens if it's no? I'm going to go over and change it, and it doesn't do anything. I need to add another rule. So I'm going to go over here to text. If it is no, I'm going to make it red. So let's try it. Over here. Oh, nice. So now I can kind of tell what's going on. Now if you look, these other ones aren't doing it yet. All I have to do is click the box, drag, and it'll actually copy everything I just did. There we go. And so if we did create the tasks, I would hit yes, and I could go down, and as students complete their work, they can click on the completion column here, and you can quickly see what is left to complete. So the next video that I'll put up here is how we could share this spreadsheet online, so you could log on from anywhere to see how the group is doing with the project. So we'll see you next time.